In Fortnite, it's important to build while moving. Tunneling lets you move freely in any direction while keeping yourself safe. This is a useful skill for repositioning during fights, and it will help you survive in moments when multiple enemies attack you. By learning a few different types of tunnels, you'll be able to move around the map quickly, safely, and efficiently. To keep track of which step you're on, use the clickable sections below. The easiest tunnels don't use many materials, but they do leave you exposed to enemies. If you only need protection on one side, you should use simple ramp tunnels. Place a floor and run towards it. Once you're standing on the floor, look down and to the side to place a ramp above yourself. Make sure your crosshair is aiming at the floor. By repeating this pattern, you can move forward while keeping yourself protected from enemies above, below, and next to you on one side. If you need to run away from an opponent, you can place ramps by just looking down at your floors. This will protect against enemies behind you, but remember that your teammates won't be able to follow you. This strategy can also be performed on a diagonal. Try to run in a straight line while placing floors left and right. After placing each floor, turn inward slightly to place ramps above you. Basic ramp tunnels are great for traveling short distances, but they don't offer protection on all sides. The easiest protected tunnel will add a wall to your basic ramp tunnel. Place a floor and aim to the left or right as you walk forward. Place a wall and then a ramp connected to that wall. By continuing this pattern, you can build a long, straight tunnel to keep you and your teammates safe. To move diagonally, practice these snake tunnels with walls and floors. Start from inside a box. Make an edit on one wall and place a floor below and above. As you walk onto the floor, place a wall in front and a wall to the side. Place 2 more floors in the next tile space and repeat the pattern. This diagonal tunnel and the protected ramp tunnel can be performed by placing builds constantly without pausing. To build tunnels with even more protection, you'll need to pause between certain builds and also make edits between layers. For example, this straight tunnel requires you to build 2 floors, place a wall on the left or right, then release your builds as you turn to the opposite side. It helps to use a light trigger tap or one single mouse click to place each wall. If you need to tunnel while protecting 360 degrees around yourself, you'll need to practice blocking the front of your tunnel with a wall, and then editing through the wall. The easiest tunnel for full protection will again be the ramp tunnel. Place a floor, place a wall in front and on one side, then connect a ramp to that side wall. Look back at the front wall and make a 3-tile edit like this to pass through and continue the pattern. The tunnels you've learned in this tutorial so far will be enough to protect you in most situations. Once you can perform these tunnels easily, you can improve your efficiency and add even more protection by learning the most difficult tunnels. These include patterns like fully protected diagonal ramp tunnels, upward or downward tunnels with rotated ramps, and finally sliding tunnels with wall resets and extra ramp reinforcement. These strategies are meant for players with a comprehensive gameplay skill set, so make sure to check out the Fortnite playlist on our page for more game tips.